and all of my mods.
One of these days I'll figure out agriculture. I am just going to be salty until then, I guess. You know?
Yeah, mean what you know.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's 8A. Like, there's just a difference between the story and what's actually happening. Because in the story, you're going to be enraged that Mad Tesla is free, and then he's going to be working for you in the game.
Neat.
You ready? Story summary. It's all come down to this. Tesla's escape has enraged Rasputin, and Fenris has set in motion its final attempt to take over Europa. Every nation fights to come out on top and be the ones to lead the world into a new era. Winning the campaign. At the end of this game, you will double your final total for this game only! And then add $25 for any bonuses you've earned on your Triumph log. The player with the highest total wins the game and the Campagen. Accumulate wealth from previous episodes is not a factor to determine the final winner of the Campagen. Okay, so first step is you're going to need to get into the assets bag, Brian. You're going to need to find where the peace and war track is and get rid of the peace and war track. And then from the peace and from all the 10 tokens left in that bag, you're going to scuffle it up. And you're going to give yeah, there's only supposed to be 10. I don't know what else is in there. It said, oh, no, wait. Remove the Triumph track from the punch board, randomize them, and fill the 10 slots of the Triumph track with them. So, in other words, the Triumph track is completely randomized. Scuffle that up, draw 10, place them on the locations.
It's my lift height, not... Oh, right, it's alt.
So, in case it has to be said, anything that's normally a wild card is still you can place anywhere, but stuff that's normally in the game, it's still normally in the game.
Alright, I'm gonna mark the 2 wild cards real quick.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, Brian.
Yeah, so there's also only one combat stare.
Yeah.
Uh,
It deals.
is it
Brian,
in...
it'll deal with that on the right hand side. I've yet to get there. There's a lot of rules for this one. Ready? So we're still in the setup. Set up the game as usual. The Vincent and Fenris players continue to use the same pump action. For this episode, players choose their player mats. Begin. Oh, I need to control V this. So first of all, oh, you already put it out. Okay.
Neat. So I get to go first since I did not spend all my wealth.
I have wealth remaining.
I have enough to buy a mod.
Hold on a second. Let me get my shit out here. So, players with the highest total wealth at the start of this episode proceed to player with the lowest wealth. Rustviet still may not choose, and Rustviet and Crimea cannot choose the shit that's overpowered for them, supposedly. Not that anybody's Rustviet or Crimea.
Uh-oh. 2 of my things aren't loading for me, but at least I know what they are.
What?
Two of my infrastructure mods are white key.
Okay, whatever. So you could be any one of those you want to be.
Okay.
Be agricultural.
Militant was not very good for me. There was one that I hated. Pretty sure it was also agricultural.
No,
I want the automata faction.
You know you're not gonna be a
J
Tama.
fucking K. Can I just load into a different seat, because I think patriotic or industrial are what I
Click
want.
industrial. Click it. Click it. Click it.
It
Click it.
it ends
click
up
it.
loading everything else,
Yeah, click it.
and it doesn't
Click
reset.
it. All right, now take all the things off and switch its state. Because state is still a thing.
Yes, but all of this shit does not move onto the right spot.
So what? Put it on the right spot manually. Just move all that shit off. Like, select it all, move it away so it doesn't start jumping around. I want to start doing this while you're deciding. This is not a thing in this game.
Ah, yes. Industrial does look like it is the best.
Is that what you're going for?
I am indeed going for that. And I will spend 15 for the perks and then wipe out the rest of my.
I think. Okay. I think engineering is going to be my go-to. Okay. Here's choose favorites. Alright, my setup bonuses boot me to 4 power want a total of 4 popularity. And I am going to be spending the 15 to get my best thing, which is 2 popularity. Okay. Alright. 6.
We got bounty again, and we also got a hero to save me. I'm not just going to stand here.
Fuck off.
I just realized we could have had no objectives, and yet objectives in
There
play.
are options, just we haven't gotten there yet. There's a lot of rules here. It does talk about that. Anywho. Gain all bonuses and their set bonuses. Place your infrastructure mods face up in your play area. Place your mech mods. Place 1 star from every player in each of the 3 locations, the 3 land tiles around the factory. I guess same for the AI too.
Yep.
The Tesla miniature begins on the home base of the player who found them in episode 7.
Okay.
And after you buy your perk, you have no wealth. Special rules. You must retrieve 3 of your stars from the board before placing them on a triumph track. Your other 3 stars are available from the beginning of the game. Whenever one of your ground units, i.e. character, mech, or worker, moves onto a territory containing your stair, its movement ends and you can claim the stair. Place it in your personal supply. Resolving traps, blah blah blah. Airships. Airships cannot claim stairs. Stairs claimed from the map may be placed on the triumph track immediately if the requirements for placing the stair are met when the stair is retrieved from the board. You may not retroactively place a stair for a combat one on earlier turn when you are out of stairs. If you do not meet any category requirements at the moment when you pick up a stair from the board, put the stair on your faction mat to use it later. Tesla. Tesla is both a character and a mech for all standard and special abilities. Although he is not counted towards the mech goal in the time attack, Tesla can have encounters, claim factory cards, transport workers, and use all of your faction and mech abilities.
Neat.
Yeah. So, it deeply irritates you that Tesla is free, by the way. Just keep that in mind. Triumph tiles, 16 total. I only saw 13 in that thing.
Same.
How many combat stairs were in there? There you go. He forgot to include enough combat stairs to have 4 each of them. So,
re-randomize.
and re-randomize it. And
Okay, those should all be unlocked.
randomize those, please. Create a fully randomized, customized version of the Triumph track. At the beginning of setup, randomly select 10 Triumph tiles, place them all 10 slots of the track. Just drag them left to right. Just go. Or Alt click. Alright. At the beginning of setup, here are a few specific notes about possible tiles. Even if there are no Triumph tiles for objectives or combat victories, Saxony retains its ability to place any number of stars for those categories. There's a Triumph tile. You hit the floor, didn't you?
It would seem so.
The map looks ugly when I do this, but frankly, I don't want to rewind. At the beginning of the set, randomly select 10. So Saxony retains its ability for infinite combat star, infinite objective star. Anywho, there's a triumph tile for having 8 combat cards in your hand and your turn. That's not in play. Why are you bothering? Seriously. The only time I had to actually specify was when there was a difference between the combat stars that were default to the game and the combat stars that were not.
Yeah, it just makes it easier to remember.
Place the star for claiming 3 encounter tokens after completing the encounter. There's a triumph tile for gaining a factor card when you gain the card at the end of your turn. There's a triumph tile for controlling 16 total resources. These can be on various territories you control. Okay. Ooh. Gross. So, yeah. Effectively, you just have an extra character mech, is the rule of this game.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, and
Oh, a character that can transport workers, too.
that's why I said an extra character mech. I was very precise in my words. How much wealth did the Automata player have left?
37.
Okay.
Would he have ran?
Yeah,
No.
he takes one away. Yeah, he takes one away that other players can't get. But it doesn't matter, he's the last to choose, so. For all move actions, the following special tiebreakers added before all the tiebreakers when choosing destination territory. The territory with an automata star on it, if there are none, skip this tiebreaker. So he always aims for the automata star if he can. Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. Okay, so you go first because you got the 1.
Number 1. All right. Oh.
Let me go ahead and reorganize all my pieces since you so rudely bumped the floor into the table.
All right, and Automata special rules is
I already
that
read They always
Oh, you did?
they always aim to get to the star. Off the table.
Yep, and they skip the encounter, factory, max power, and all the combat.
Unless they have a starter place. Yeah. Yeah. All good, man. Let's see here.
All right, so looks like I will attempt to get the most out of all my free stuff. Oh, right. Mech abilities, I will not swap any of my mech abilities. Um, so I will trade for 2 Sterl
Okay.
and gain a free Recruitamente, which I will recruit combat cards and gain combat.
Locked down. Yeah, so I still yet to finish organizing my nonsense, so if you can just give me a couple seconds here. Okay. Alrighty then. I Very well. I would like to card yeah, I'd like to tard. What I know. Oh, I've yet to get my my factory cards. Hold on a second. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of my own. So we meet again. That is actually. Okay, I should start with 5. That is actually a good first action. Is spend 2 coins, gain an upgrade to from here to here, and a popularity. And my character moves 2 spaces over here to an encounter. My character kindly requests that you look at the art.
Neat. You can structure, except it's not where you want to build a structure.
Okay, and anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, if only. Yeah, I am going to do that geese option. Pay 2 popularity to gain 4 food.
2
Go
doll
for the pet
hairs.
geese. One, two, three, 4. Got the 4 foodies. And that is that action. AI is not on easy. Not on hard either. It's on normal. And he attempts an encounter, which he does.
Airship logic for bounty.
Territory of the... He goes to his character for now. He lands on combat units.
Okay.
And he lands on combat units, and if combat's initiated in his little... a territory adjacent to him, the airship joins in the fight.
Right. And causes an automatic +1 combat.
Yep. So he earns a worker, he earns a combat card, he earns star progression, and it is your turn.
Alright, I will trade for 2 power, and I will upguard my and reduce my cost of deploy.
Okay.
Oh, and gain 3 coins from.
I'm going out. I want the world to know. Okay. I am going to use this factory action to... No, I can't. Never mind, I'm not using that factory action. Is that right? Start with 5. I pay 2. Yep, that is correct. That is correctamundo. Fair enough. I am going to Tard to gain 2.
Don't you have a free recruit?
Yes.
Since you did do your move, did you not want to trigger?
I didn't do that move.
Oh, right. Okay. Never mind.
Anyway, I'm going to gain 2 oil from that. And I am going to use the cost of deploy action to 0 metals. So that gets me this. Yeah, okay. Now the AI is going to probably do something. He attempts another counteraction. He can't because he doesn't have verbal walk yet. So he moves a character in a threatening manner. Okay, he gains a gold, and now he can riverwalk.
Alright, so I move this worker meow. Like that. And then I flip construction, which I cannot see.
What?
To gain 1. And I will build a puppy.
Have you already done recruitment office?
On the Earl. I have, but I also can't see that one. The rest of them I can't.
Okay. We're good. Okay, now I'm going to do a standard move action. My character is going to take his wheat with him. He's also going to take this oil he's running across with him. That's the first movement. The second movement is this character, or this mech, and worker, move over there. The third movement is my slow as fuck airship moves out. That is an encounter token. Art. Look at the. Oh, and I believe it did say that you're allowed to only do this thing, your special ability, once per turn. I was wondering why it was qualifying that for 8, and now I know.
Oh, speaking of which, do you mind?
I kind of
I
do
did move
mind,
my
considering.
character. It's only my 3rd time playing this, Jabron. I'm not going to interrupt your move.
Okay.
I'm going to do what I always do. Clog the mine on your path.
Okay. Whatever. So. First of all, I did not draw my starting combat card, so I'm doing that now. But second of all, let me see here. Popularity gain 2 combat cards. I don't need that right now, but would be useful. Alright, I am going to get in a yodeling match with the mech. Anyway, and I have my free enlistment, which I will use to free enlist. And do that. Gets me a coin.
And you did your enlistment.
Yep. You already have it? Jeez.
Yeah, I got it first turn.
Jeez. Jeez, Brian. Jeez. Okay. Right. Anywhooter. You take care of the AI.
Alright, now I duction for 2 Earl and a worker. And spin this 2 tall to gain 2 coins and a leper.
Okay. So. Let me think this one through here. Right. So I am going to do some pro deductions. And I'm going to make this upgrade free. And yeah. Okay. And that results in an upgrade. I assume you did everything.
Moving his mech in a threatening manner
Hey, did he do
is the
everything?
closest factory. So
Earlier when I said you do the AI, you did do the AI, right?
How many coins has he gained from cards? I did do all the power and workers and mech.
Like
I don't
earlier when
remember
I
doing.
passed the turn to you, I said you do the AI. Did you do the AI? I feel like
I'm pretty sure I did not hear that.
okay. In other words, this is his last turn, and then he's going to get another turn after this. Okay. Did you? Okay. On this one, what have you done so far?
I moved his mech in a threatening manner.
Oh.
He's blue, so he moves a worker. And this is adjacent to 4, so it's clearly going there.
Uh-huh.
And you just booped that, right?
Yes.
Okay. He is worth 1. That is Datcher in testing. I will now move in a ridiculous manner. The Mad Tesla there. The Caroctor there. And this worker here. And I will drop my negative. Okay. Then I want to resolve this encounter token. Art.look. Neat. I could see your hand. I will choose the 2 wood and a pie.
Okay.
Then other encounter. I should have done them in the opposite order. I will pay $2 to gain 3 pie.
Okay.
And I am 1 wood short of being able to bottom right.
I'm going to move. This airship's going to go right the fuck here. And when does that pay 1 objective card to gain 1 objective card in popularity? Well. Okay. I am going to pay this objective card to gain an objective card. Okay. And 1 popularity. So that happens then. That was the 1 move. Second move is this guy with all of his nonsense. We will absorb the influence. And there is no third move. I use 2 grands to recruit. Screw that. And that gets me a coin. Alright.
Is there an FAQ if I can put these negative veeps on our objectives?
I'm pretty sure you can, dude. And then nobody controls that territory. Anyway, he attacks a vulnerable worker. None of our workers are vulnerable to him. So then he
And
groups a
that's a fact.
worker. So he groups a worker.
You don't have Riverwalk yet, so this would be neighborhood of 3. All right, I'm going to Duction, and I'm going to double. And then spin these tall me to gain 2 coins, and I will deploy my negative victory points mech.
Okay. Why not? Alright. I am. I too am going to double Duction. And spend these 2 oil to upgrade the combat brewer. And going to upgrade yeah. Alright. Now it's the A's turn. The A, does he have 6 combat power?
He does have 6 combat power. He's not in my neighborhood, so he would Shrek you.
Yeah. Doesn't he have a special 0 thing that he does right now? Hold on a second. Let me look it up real quick. He has I know he has a special 0 thing. I'm just trying to remind myself. I don't think it applies to this, but I just need to be sure.
It would be the territory with the automata star on it, but
Yeah, okay.
that does not apply because he needs to initiate it.
No, I mean, I would have to be on there is the deal. So he picks up his character in this case and comes out after this. Alright, fair enough. Ironically, even if he kills me, it's not that big of a change for me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yeah, I am the decider. Get your hand off of here. Fuck off.
I just want to know what you got.
I am the
And
decider.
alting was not doing.
Anyway, fuck. I'm not the decider. I am now the decider. No, yeah, I'm now the decider. I played 7. Wrong way,
All
but
right,
whatever.
asshole plays 2 cards and 6.
6. So even if these are 2, he wins. Okay.
So you're saying free real estate, except I can't get to you.
I gotta tell you, if he was a player, he just lost a shit ton of popularity. But he's not a player. Anyhow, what else? I gave him his
He
2
gets a
coins.
combat stare.
Yeah, I gave him his 2 coins. I gain a combat poor because I have that recruit. It is your turn.
All right, so he is worth 2 right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I should do that yet. I'm going to bull stare and spend 3 Earl to up. And I will upgrade bull staring and cheapen and that's 3 coins. And I upgraded if you have it.
Mm-hmm. I do. Thank you. All right. All right. Hmm. Interesting. I'm going to move. Character goes to factory. Mech goes 1 space right here. Drops off 2 units. No, drops off. Yeah, drops off 2 units. Then goes here. Do I have 3 movement? Yeah, I do. Okay. So in that case, this worker goes 1 space backwards. Anywho, I get a factory action.
And you'll get a factory stare.
Yep. Yeah, okay. I'm getting this factory action. Okay. So I gained that factory action. And I have 2 Granny Boys. 2 Granny Boys looks like a recruitment to me.
Okay, draw your card so I can draw my.
Yep. Okay.
All right, potato salad dot show. He moves a worker in a threatening manner.
No, he groups up workers. He's not threatening us with workers. That's only in war mode, actually.
Okay, this is adjacent to 3, and so is that, so it would go here. Oh, didn't his airship do the thing?
It doesn't matter. He already played all of his combat cards in that fight anyway, so.
It matters for it being there specifically.
Yeah.
All right, and he doesn't trigger the airship effect. Did you gain him his
Yes.
worker and his
I've
coin?
gained him everything that he needs to gain.
Okay. Neat. All right. He is worth a lot now. I am glad that I did not move. So, my character is obviously going to leapfrog to there. A mech with at least 1 worker is going to leapfrog there. And a mech with at least 1 worker is going to go. And we'll go ahead and have vast majority of workers in that location.
No, I did get 1 second, I did get factory star earlier.
You did indeed get factory stare. So I lose. I gain 4 Earl. The most you can possibly play is 10. Oh, I'm also giving him a negative. All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
No, I'm not. What's your combat power at? Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so I played 10.
Oh, okay. I played 2.
Neat. That is a combat stare, what's been placed. And I'm considering that to be the right one, to be clear.
Whatever.
Negative money champ and negative money to continue clock.
Okay. Something tells me he's a lot more balanced when you're playing with actually a decent number of people. Fenris is, I mean. when you have just more than one other person to keep you in check. Because you can really hyper aggressively make sure that speed mechs don't matter for a person. You know?
Yeah. All right. I will do the any two resources equals recruit / upgrade. And factory star es mío.
Okay.
And I spin these 2 wood back, gain a coin, and put a monument over there.
Okay. You done?
You gained a pot boopin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me I gained a pop open. Anyway, I am going to use this factory action where 2 coins equals a build ong. And you know what they say, what's mine is yours. But what's mine is also mine. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's a third fucking encounter. Right there, brah. Yep. Okay, so art. Look at it, please. Yeah, I'm going to salvage ammo for 2 power and 1 popularity. Let me just double check his star progression to make sure we've been doing it right. He starts at what?
He starts at that position,
1,
so
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, we're good. He drew his only no progression earlier, so in other words, he's finally at stage 2 now. So moves a mech in a threatening manner.
So he picks up this mech and we'll place it between these 3 spots. So where's our tiebreaker at?
It's yet to move, so it's still at my base.
Yeah. So, and actually that tiebreaker, well, it's still between these 2, so it's still true.
Yeah. No, it's still between all 3, dude. All 3 are adjacent to you.
He's not in the neighborhood of that one, though.
Well, whatever. Anywho, he gains his first stare. He's going to pick. Where did? Oh, you put it back over here. Okay, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. He apparently gained his factory.
No, he skips factory still and
Oh,
encounter.
He skips factory. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5.
does,
It's 5 then if he skips the counter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gaining his.
so it loops back around to the build or to that. Yeah.
Alrighty then. He's in stage 2, so if we fight him, we gotta shuffle his deck, but he's worth moving right now.
Did you give him his mech?
Yes. I did.
Okay.
Okay there, bruh.
Bruh. Okay. While it's Yes. While it's possible for me to mostly expensive gain workers.
Oh, and I had 3.
I gain 1 Earl and 5 tall me's. And then I spend 2 of those tall to gain 2 coins and deploy your worst nightmare. And it still has to go on a worker, so it will go on a worker.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then. So I'm going to. Where is that? Okay. I'm going to do mostly expensive producciones because I like your Gangnam style. And that is 2 oil, power, 2 coins, and another guard of the up variety. Okay, we're in stage 2 now, so we gotta scuffle his deck up. Okay, moves a mech in a threatening manner.
Okay, mech in a threatening manner is there.
Gain your combat card first, please. Okay.
Wow, he's worth 4 again.
Mm.
But I am unable to fully capitalize, so I will bull stare. Spinning those 3 earls. And gain 3 coins.
What?
I'm upgrading, so you get upgrade stuff.
Yeah, you cut out early, bruh. So I was like, what? What are you saying, bruh?
Alright, and I have, I'm gonna upgrade my ductions.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I am going to move. My mech will go move, move. I'll lose a popularity for that. Yeah, I'll lose a popularity for that, but he is worth. I guess he's worth 4 oil. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but hey, I got it. Is he going to take a worker with him? Yes, he will. He will take a worker with him. And my character will move one space forward to pick up this stair. And I have... I did lose the popularity. Actually, you know what? He can keep that. I won't take over that territory. I'm just going to go over to this oil way the fuck over here. He can have his worker back.
Okay, had you lowered your pop?
I put it back up. I'm pretty sure. Anyway. So, anywho, just an FYI, I'm going to say this before the end of my turn, but there's nothing you can do to stop me. I control 3 tundra territories. As I said, there's nothing you can literally do to stop me at this point.
Right.
2 grand equals a recruitment star. Wait, I only moved 2 units, right?
You moved the character and that mech. I am not aware of anything else that you...
Okay, airship, go here. Anyway, so I have earned the... Did I do that? Man, my brain is all over the place right now. Okay, so 1 coin for enlistment, 2 coins for the recruitment bonus. I get a combat card, then you get a combat card. I now gain... I have achieved objectives. I also gain... I have got all 4 enlistments.
Oh, right, you'd picked one up.
Yep. He groups up a worker.
That's 2 assholed, so there is adjacent to...
Yep. It's your turn. Oh wait, if you have unlocked combat poor...
I have not. Okay, he is worth 1, so I will Pikachu's to...
Oh, Brian, in the same way that you derped, can I fix a derp here?
Sure.
All of these workers go with them because I didn't need to control that territory anymore.
Roger. Uh, let's see. I have gotten 3 stars, of which I still need to do a couple more things before I can get them all.
Gotta catch 'em all,
Neat.
Pokemans.
All right. Yeah. He is worth 1, and he's standing on wood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn. Still don't think I'm going to be able to bottom row off of this, but I kind of need to be able to get my stairs.
Mm.
So, you know what? I will fact tree instead, and I'll move later.
Okay.
So I spend this Earl and that tall me. Mad Tesla leaps into action here and then leaps out of action there.
No, that's not a straight line.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose I should choose my recruity boy, which will be additional pop and additional pop. Okay. Oh, so I was not able to trigger this encounter as
No.
a result of that movement.
Yeah, like you could
Okay.
effectively
It's
it's kind of a weird speed in that you have to kind of do it like this, you know. It's whatever.
yeah, it's fine. That was an all right place to have yet another building.
Okay.
And I will end my turn.
Okay. So I okay. I want to okay. Okay, that's what I'll do. That's the best way to do it. Me thinks so. Okay. So he's only worth 1 right now. Ugh. What are my other options available to me? Because I do have a few. Oh, jeez. I never needed to win this game so much as I do right now. Okay, that's an option. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to use this action right here, in which I must spend 2 gold to earn a mech, which I will learn my regroup mech. And I'm going to put it right here. And a combat poor. And I get to move 1 unit 3 spaces, considering it's a mech, if I move it that way. So I can go 1, 2, and 3. And I believe what it says, no matter what, I get my star, right? I believe that's what it said.
Since it says resolve any traps or combat after claiming your star,
Yep.
that is absolutely correct.
So no matter what, I'm gaining this star. Alright. And now combat happens. So just give me a minute to be a deserter. Alright, I have deserted. I'm plating a total of 8. No, wait, that's stupid. He only has 1 combat card. Whatever. I play 8.
Okay.
The AI, he's in the mid range. He's in the 8. So he plays 7. 8, 9 total. I flip over cavalry. I win.
Neat. So, how much power did you pay?
I paid 3.
Neat. You won a combat?
Yeah, I did.
So, combat stare.
Do I really want to combat stare this?
Isn't there no choice?
I'm pretty sure it was always a choice to claim it. I'm pretty sure it's not a you must situation. I'm pretty sure it's a you may situation. Of course, we're going into the default rules for this one. The winner also places the placing stars on.
If you win combat and you can place a star, you must place a star.
Really? Really?
That's what the FAQ said.
I actually didn't want to place a star, but I didn't want to lose a combat either. Shit.
Well, you also can't get a star without fighting a combat.
Well, yes, but I also I didn't want to win. Or I didn't want to place a star. I wanted to don't get me wrong, I wanted to beat him up, right? But I didn't want to Ugh.
I mean, you couldn't not pick up the star and you couldn't
Well, no,
not
I
score.
could just spend 1 on the fight. You know?
I would allow you to take back your propaganda? Or your +2?
Dude, I put a 5 on there. I would have to ask more than just the propaganda. The whole point is I was gonna fight him off, yeah, but I also wasn't planning on placing the star. Ugh.
Because you really want to min-max your columns?
Yes.
I mean, you only have 4 placements to min-max, and you've placed 2 of them. Like, literally, you
Okay, yeah,
you
I
have
win
wilds
this fight.
for...
Whatever, I win this fight. Must place a star. Jesus.
Yeah, like, you only need to naturally get your mech star or another wild.
There's no mech star out there, Brian.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
I have not been paying attention to that fact.
Yeah, that's something I've been staring at quite intensely. Anywho, yeah. So where am I? I just won the combat. Fuck me, I guess. And
Okay, in that case, you have these two, and these are your two wild, so you don't care where you get more stars.
really, guess that's a good
Yeah,
point.
because you have enlist and objective naturally, and you have two
And
wilds.
since I believe we
And
discussed we can't
you
place multiple in the same column, then
correct.
it doesn't matter where I get my last two. Okay. Shit, I should have just gone for both the combats.
That
I guess it's too late.
would have ended the game.
Guess it's too late now. Here I was thinking like gotta min max my stirs. All right, he goes for factory. Like sup? No, he doesn't
I'm
because
there,
yeah he
so
doesn't. He's not. That's a factory encounter, not a factory attack. Because I don't think this one overwrites the.
right.
This one
And
this one's not war.
he does not try to attack anywhere.
He has two options for locations he moves his character in a threatening manner.
Yeah, and for clarity, he's not in the neighborhood of this
Yes, I know.
encounter.
He has two actions. He's not in the neighborhood of any encounter, so he has two locations he's threatening, and it's closer to this one, so. Nope, too far. There you go.
And that moves the airship.
Yes. It's not always to character. Double check that. It's not always to character, Brian.
Okay. It's between these two. It's tied. There. It goes to white. Goes there. It goes to blue.
Okay. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Your turn.
All right. I need to reevaluate my stairs now. I got the worker. I have not gotten recruity. And I can't get mech.
Yep.
But I have a wilds for that. And I already have a combat. So I need to get my stairs so that I have stairs. He's worth nothing. Good day, sir.
Nothing.
Neat.
Good day, sure. Neat.
All right. So first of all, this leaps onto Uranus.
Oh, hi, Brian.
Secondly, I will.
Oh, get your star off that location. Since you moved there.
Okay, secondly, I need to get more stars more than I need to sit on the. And thirdly, I would like an encounter block. So, order of operations is combats first. I will do the combat with You first. The most you can play is 12.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am ready.
I am also ready.
2.
12 from just cards.
Oh, it means 2 for just cards. Okay, he retreats right here.
Alright, that is a guaranteed combat star that I must place,
Wrong place.
but on the other combat star.
Brian,
Right.
just for your information, I can choose where I retreat to. Because I have that mech
Yep.
ability.
I'm a werewolf. Alright, so he does not play extras there. The most that he can play is 11 because he's a cheaty.
So just tell me how much you place, and then we'll reveal him. Now his airship is there, but I think it only participates if he initiates combat.
That is correct.
Yeah, okay. Oh, no. He only moves if he initiates combat. He gets the extra combat card no matter what.
Oh, okay. So he's a cheaty boy, so he's going to play between 5 and 11.
No, he's
Well,
gonna
I
play
guess 3
between
is also
1.
possible.
No, 1's a oh yeah, 3's a possible result. Yeah. Anyway.
Or I guess 2 is a possibility as well.
Yeah.
Um, I will play. With 2 of it being power. I don't like that. I don't like. I'm going to tip my hand that you can ask my cat.
So what do you play total?
No, you're green. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play
How much are you playing?
6. 7. Final answer.
Okay. 7, final answer. Got it. He plays all 2 of his, or all. How much power does he have? Does he have 1 or 2?
1.
Okay, he plays all 1 of his power and both of his cards. So if he has 5, he has 6 in his hand, you lose, right? Unless you play cavalry.
Well, yeah.
So he has 5 in his hand, you win.
Neat. So I beat. I do not have to play a
Well, you can't.
combat star.
You literally can't.
Now I get to resolve this encounter. Oh, but before that, you get a negative $1, and he gets a negative $1.
Okay.
I place a negative $1 on that spot, and I place a negative $1 on this spot.
Okay.
Okay, now the. All right, I will pay no pop to gain 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will spend 2 of that wood to build a mine on here and gain a coin, and you gain a pop. And this star will be placed on 3. And I do not win the game yet because I still need that one and another source of.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had to say what my best course for tree of the Victorian kind is. Okay.
Alright, and I've also maxed out all my stairs since I have 2 left.
What?
As far as this track, I've also maxed out the best gain I can.
Okay. Anywho. Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now I think that's going to be. What action did you just do? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be for the best. Alright. So, I am going to do a factory action. Take these 2 resources of a different type, and I am going to build my reinforced mech. My reinforced mech is going to move up here with workers in tow. Let's see here. And for you to have second thoughts, you know what? No. That doesn't matter. Yeah, that does not matter at all. So, I need to leave 1 worker behind there. And that eats that. Turn is over. Let me just double check these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. All right. He groups a worker. He's a worker groupie.
That would be adjacent to 3. And
Okay. I have done everybody's booping, including yours. Assuming you did the worker group, it's your turn.
you gave me a coin?
No, I did yours because you didn't need to do one.
Oh. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't have that luxury. So, I will do 2 different things. In order to gain a recruity boy, which will be the power is
Just call it the penis mightier. We all know what's up.
and I go a 1, a leap.
Okay. You have made this fun. I see. Oh. Oh, that's good. Okay. So, I'll have you note that I have Reinforce, which says before combat, other dudes can be like, yo dog, what's the happy haps? So, this mech goes 1, 2. This character goes 1. And this mech goes 1. He picks up the stair. Obviously, I also pick up this influence. Now, I'm thinking the most important part is to get the factory. So I call in my bros and say, sup, brah? You want to come and say hello? And my bros are like, yes. Yes, we do.
Uh-huh. So that's the end of your uh, move Montes, and you're coming at me, bruh?
I'm coming at you hard. I am coming at you long. As like they say in South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
All right, I am the ready.
Hold on a second.
Uh,
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
what?
I may have made a grave error.
Do your cards add up to 11?
No. And the only reason why I know I've made a grave error is because you revealed your hand earlier. Like, I'm not doing any future knowledge here. Like, you gave your hand up earlier. I may have miscounted. Because you have 12 in your hand.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So this is still possible. I just have to do it a different way. Last action was factory.
Okay.
Okay. I can still pull similar nonsense, unfortunately. Gotta do something different. I think that something different is going to be, I'm going to do both stare into darkness. Is that appropriate? Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, I can get 4 dudes in on this fight, so I just gotta change who I'm moving here. And there was 1 influence on the factory. Anyway, so I've gotta change who I'm moving here, but I can get 4 dudes on this fight. So, this will win it for me. Mech, that's a move number 1. Move number 2. Move number 3. I'm just having to give up on the factory in this case.
Neat.
And that gets me all 4 dudes into there. Therefore, I ought to win this one.
Neat.
Because you said I have to have 11 in my hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm still dumping my
So,
whole...
just to give you an idea, here's...
By the way, had you not done that, I was going to win on my next action by moving.
Yeah. So.
Especially because I would still be on the factory and be able to walk
Where
right.
is... I grabbed the star and I don't know where I put it. I'll just copy a star that's out there. You know I'm good, right? So.
Yep.
Like, there was a thing on there. Whatever. Anyhow. There we go. 11 in my hand. Throw it at your face. Play an additional 7. I win this fight. I just had to give up on the factory because there's no way I was. I don't think there's a way that I could. 1, 2. So 1 movement here, 2 movements here. Then my character is already there.
You could have and like fought this fight and not won. You would be risking that. No, because if you lost that fight, you'd be kicked backwards to there.
Yeah. Because I don't control the factory, it would be contested in that case. So yeah, I just had to give up on the factory. Is all that really had to happen. Oh, here it is. I found the star. Anyway. Ooh, that,
All right.
I have to admit, though, it was pretty tough.
Below my load
And,
playing 8.
and then I asked your kick. Playing max.
Power.
Max. Yep.
And I did not fuck with this airship at all.
I mean, I did it once. I mean, you, at least if you had an extra action, I mean, you know. Anywho, I don't think I actually won the long-term game, but hey, we'll see here. So I got objective, I got recruitment, and I got 2 wild cards which go into housing and mech.
All right, I got combat. I got worker. I got a nothing good dacer, and then I got 2 wild.
Okay, so
I completed 8 things.
So let's calculate our money and keep in mind what we do apparently is we double our money, but for this, we double our money.
We calculate our score, and then we double our money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Three resources. 4 and so scratching on everything. 150. Okay, so subtract 4 from that. It was 177. 154. $154 plus 2, 3, 4. 154 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 100. 175. So that's 9. That's a 2. All right, 329.
552.
Very nice. Good job. You win. And I'm personally willing to blame in its entirety the 2 games I got agricultural that I can never seem to do good with.
I mean, I won my game with agriculture.
Because you were the person to achieve the special victory. I think. I don't know. I don't remember which game it was you played agricultural. I definitely think it was one that I won. Maybe it was 6.
Oh, yeah. 6 was agricultural. I lost, but I didn't lose nearly as hard as you did.
Yeah. So, like the 2 times I had agricultural, just like say goodbye to your score, motherfucker. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You did erase your previous shit, right? Like you did start it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
not including any previous wealth. I had 76 monies, doubled it, and then added 400.
400. Jesus.
25 times 8. Oh,
No, that's
I did
200.
bad math.
Yeah,
I did real bad math.
it's 200,
Okay,
bro.
352.
Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Holy shit. Like, you were just like, 500, like, wow, apparently my 2 blunders just really kicked my ass. No, I only lost by around 30. Which, honestly, if we're missing 2 games, only losing by 30 doesn't seem that bad. You know?
Yeah, if you had gotten 1 wild star last game, which
I tried!
could
I
have just been a
legitimately
combat.
tried, Brian! I tried so hard to get that star! It was just like, oh, all positions lead to nothing. It was annoying. It was awful. It was god freaking awful.
Wasn't there a factory option or no? There was not.
Okay, like,
You had an objective through the factory, and that was not a wild.
I drew 2 extra objectives, and I can't believe I drew the 4 worst objectives I've ever seen in my life. Anywho, I want to see something here to see if we actually played influence correctly. Here we go.
And you did apply these -4.
Yes, I did.
Before doubling.
Before
Okay,
doubling,
just
yes, I
making
did.
sure.
You won. Why do you want to win more? You won. There's only one winner. It's the winner. After moving your character, you may place an influence token in that territory. You may place 1 influence token in any other unoccupied tokenless primary token territory. Like, you don't even have to control it. That's the stupid part. You know, it just goes anywhere on the map. Territory containing only structure airship is not considered occupied. Only workers, characters, mix. Blah, blah, blah. Influence me. Oh, trap flag encounter. Influence. Oh, it can't go in an encounter? Have you been placing them on encounters?
I have not. I've been placing them typically on tunnels.
Right, but
Before
it can't go on encounters.
Yeah, I have not placed it on encounter.
See, it would be something if I could just keep going, right? Like if I could just keep going past your influence, it really wouldn't be that bad. But because this influence, which you can literally place anywhere, like this influence, which you can go anywhere on the map, like, I'm just gonna say this now, Brian. I think when we play with the modular rules, I think we're going to have to impose a player limit on Fenris, and it's going to have to be at least 3 human players, if not more. Like, I don't.
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
okay, think about it like this.
as
Think about it
far
like
as
this.
the teleport goes,
It's not the teleport.
because
It's
I
not the
can't
teleport.
teleport.
It's not the teleport. I'm going to say this a million times. It's not the teleport. It's you immediately negate speed mechs. And there's not a damn thing
I
you can do about it.
reduce their efficiency. You can plow 1 speed mech into it. It stops that one's movement just like a worker would.
And that's
And
two.
then you
That
can
is
keep
literally 2 of your movements that you have to do to get past 1 influence token.
Yeah, I'm making them rain in a hell of a lot more places and a hell of a lot faster than Tagawa.
Yeah,
But they are -1 coin as opposed to whatever Tagawa's shit does.
You're making them rain in a hell of a lot more places, a lot more efficiently than Tagawa, and you don't have to be there. But like the most important part is you don't have to be there. You can affect anyone anywhere across the board, effectively negating any special movements they have. Trust me when I say it was extremely annoying to deal with, and I'm mad at myself for not picking up. I had one that allowed me to
Stealth.
ignore. Yeah, stealth. I'm mad at myself
Oh,
during
was
that
that your blue ones or your mech mods?
blue one.
Like, oh,
I had the option on both sides, but I didn't get the mech mod of stealth. So I never saw the stealth mech mod in terms of from the box. Anyhow, one day
well, I
like
think
in
if
all
you had
seriousness though.
gotten stealth instead of retreaty boy, you wouldn't have been able to do as much shit either.
I'm talking about last game. I had the option to pick up stealth,
Oh, gotcha.
which would have helped me immensely. So, anywho, that being said, one of these days I'll figure out that sheet. It just, I don't know. I've never had a good game with that sheet. I'll repeat this a million times if I have to. That being said, good game. I only lost by 30, so, and honestly, that is just one of those two games which I had really shitty luck in. You know,
Yeah, you had one game where you only got 2 stars and another where you got
none.
0.
Yeah, just one game where I didn't have that shitty luck, and it would have been incredibly different.
And even with that, you were only 1 star placement away from being in the exact same situation I'm in.
Hmm. And then it would have all just gone down to what happened in the game.
Yep.
So now that we've played it through, I'm going to look at 8B, the Tesla's Madness, because this has like, if you look at 8B. Oh, by the way, we got to go somewhere. We got to go to page.
42.
Yeah, we're going to. So this is the. I'm not going to mark my book, to be honest. I only want to mark my book for whenever I get a local, group together. But yep. So on
And it
the
even has a place for you to do maths on the 42.
yeah. Player with the highest total in the above chart is the overall campaign winner. If there's a tie, blah blah blah. Governance and military. Where you rank among players in these categories will determine the 3 aspects of your leadership style. So, so for you, Brian, what is the number of infrastructure mods you had?
6 with 2 mech mods,
Okay, 6 plus the number total of stars for upgrades.
which is 2 for
8.
both of us.
Okay, so we're both at 8 stars total for structures. I'm at 1.
I'm at 2.
So you're at 10. I'm at 9. Then stars total for objectives from campaign log. I am at 3, 5. So I'm at 14. What are you at? Right?
For workers,
Objectives.
uh, objectives 5.
Oh, I skipped workers. So we're both at, so I'm at 19,
Yeah,
you're at 20. So for workers and objectives. Popularity, I'm at 2, so I'm at 21. You're at 22. So you scored 22 in governance, and I scored 21 in governance. Now, military. I think we both maxed out our mech mods, right? Or both got 2.
yes.
Both got 2, I mean?
Both got 2 mech mods and maxed out our deploy star
Yeah, so we're both
and
at
enlist
7
star
and
and
then
combat star.
12, 17 power. I'm at 2 for power.
As am I.
Okay, so we both equaled in the military leadership at 19. Did I count that right?
You counted that Oh, stars total for combat is both categories. So
We both tied in combat.
24.
We both
But yes,
tied in
we
combat.
both tied.
So if there's a tie, I guess we both take the A level. So we're both A in leadership, and you're an A in governance, and I'm a B in governance, but only a difference of by 1. Jesus. Oh, did I mark all of my stars? Just to be sure. Yeah, I marked all of my stars. All right. So what's the economy? Okay, so you won economy. You got A in economy. I got a B in economy. You got A in governance. I got B in governance, and we both got A. Okay, so to see the consequences of your leadership, you got to do blah blah blah. Okay, so you earned A's all around, right? So
Triple A.
yeah,
Neat.
it takes time and hard work, but you lead Europa into an economic golden age quicker than expected. Blah blah blah. I don't care really. Honestly, it's pretty stupid. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, oh my god, you did good. Good job. That's interesting that you could still win the last game, but we could put you as C for like
For
everything.
whatever leadership.
Yeah.
Well, I unless you have an amaze balls final game, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be C in anything unless you uh like got all the rows plus a handful of columns and other people like specialized
No,
in
I
mech
think the
mods.
player who won is guaranteed to be A in economy. The player who won, like, just do the rules of the game, is guaranteed to be an A in economy. Because the winner is the guy who, unless if 8B has like really weird goals, it's the guy who won the last game is the winner. So for you
Oh,
to win the
right.
last game, you're guaranteed to be the A in economy, right? So,
Right. I'm
oh wait, there's
just
tiebreakers, I
saying.
guess. I guess if there's tiebreakers, and for the tiebreakers, no, no, it doesn't matter. The guy who won is the guy who won. So whoever made A made A. So the winner is always guaranteed to be an A in economy. That seems wrong. They probably should like rework this to economy has A, B, and C based off of what the total score was. If I had to guess, would be a better way to do it, right?
Yeah. So you're still inherently A level for
No, you're not
getting
inherently A
the
level.
win.
Like you could have played a game to where all the players didn't get like good star completions. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay, the game ends immediately when a player just wrong.
Like, it's impossible for the winner to get... I don't know why... I mean, I don't think it's ever... The winner of the game... The winner of the game is the winner of the last game. And the scoring says... Oh, no. Okay, so the winner of the game is the winner of the game. The winner of number 8. But then there's the see how well you did. I guess if you had a really shit game and then won the last one, you would be the winner of the campaign, but
Oh,
you would have a really shit
shit.
economy.
So you actually won that game?
Wait, did I?
You got 81 and I got 76.
Okay.
So you won that battle, but not the war.
Yeah, record stars and coins on your campaign log. Stars earned from triumph tiles can be used for any category on your triumph log. Yeah. So the winner of the campaign is the winner of this one. And I won this one. Okay. But then it goes to the scoring, and I earned a B in terms of my economy, a B in terms of governorship, but an A in terms of leadership. Okay, I get it now. This additional thing is just like, see how well you did after the fact. Alright. I get it now. Wait. When in the campaign, at the end of the game, you will double your final... and then... Okay, now I'm confused. Hold on, let me read 8B. Okay, it's the same thing. So if you go to page 36, it says at the end of the game, you'll double your final coin total for this game only, and then add any of the 25 bonuses you've earned on the Triumph log for winning the campaign. So, in other words, the person who wins the game will always be A.
No, I'm thinking that you won episode 8, but you lost the campaign. Is that accurate?
But the winner of the campaign... Okay, think about it like this. The winner of the campaign, then, will always be A. What's the point of the scoring system, then? There is no point of the scoring system if you're like, hey, how did the winner of the campaign go? Oh, the winner of the campaign did A. It's always going to be that same guy. In other words, this little chart here of your economy victory, it doesn't matter. The B and the C doesn't matter. Those will never be read. The winner always reads A because he did the best.
I think does everyone read this instead of... No, it would just be the winner, wouldn't it?
Yeah. See, like, you can't say it takes time and hard work, but you lead Europa into an economic golden age, and then go down here and say the chaos of the conflict has ravaged Europa economically.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, the winner of Game 8 is not the winner of the campaign. It's a normal game. It just so happens to contribute a fuck ton towards whether or not you win the campaign.
But then
So
again,
you won game episode 8, but you did not win.
then
the
again,
campaign.
the winner of the campaign will always be economy power A, no matter what. Just by
Yes.
the definition of how you calculate who is A in the economy power, just by that very definition, and considering that the quote winner of the campaign is the exact same definition, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chewbacca. Chewbacca lives on the planet Endor. It does not make sense. Chewbacca lives on the planet Endor. You must acquit. So, maybe there's just two winners. There is the player who did the best is the player who has the best economy. But the player who won, I don't know. Like, the fact that the WinRAR can do the whole, here, let me just start with page 48. Use the chart of this page to calculate overall campaign winner. You're essentially doubling episode 8A or 8B, adding any of the 25 bonuses from the completed rows, columns, in your triumph log. The player with the highest total in the above chart is the overall campaign winner. If there's a tie, share the victory. You have established yourself as the dominant power in Eastern Europa. Players can now determine their leadership style. To do this, you'll need to consider two additional categories: governance and military. Where you think you rank among the players in these categories will determine the three aspects of your leadership style. So, to see the consequences of your leader, I mean, whatever. It's not that big a deal. It just feels weird to say, like, the winner of the campaign is number 8 and then go into a scoring system,
Yeah.
Of that scoring system, the winner can't be like literally cannot be economy B or economy C. It is literally impossible. So that just seems weird to me. So whatever, man. Alright, so we have two things to do about this. We have Desolation, the cooperative module, which we might pick up later. And then we have the option of now just doing the Rise of Fenris as the modular rule set. Which, I'm just going to say right now, I think you don't know the pure assholishness of that guy just because you weren't fighting against it. Trust me when I say your negative influence locked me down so hard.
I mean, at one point you were playing a guy that couldn't move to in the first place.
Yeah, and if I was continuing to play that guy, it would
And
actually be
at another
okay.
point, you had all the teleports.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's just, I think, the
you
Vince,
could get places without getting places.
I think. Well, I also had a teleport, but like I that last game where I earned 0 stars, right? I had a teleport, which was the township to township, which that was going to be my plan about how I was going to beat you, right? But of course, I had to get, my last mech, right? So pray that it would be this encounter. It didn't happen. Pray that it would be this encounter. It didn't happen. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to start making my way out here. And you placed it in such a way that if I would move my character forward to try to attack blue, that was either 2 or 3 separate move actions. And I mean fully separate move actions. Or it would be 2 move actions, but as soon as I unlock one, you would either A, get in the way of the other one, or B, be in a position to just go ahead and get it ahead of me.
Right, because I had no mechs.
No, this is last
So-
game. This is last game.
Oh, right. Yeah. So last game he never moved his character.
Yeah.
And his mechs were almost exclusively on lakes.
No, his mechs, where there's one instance where he had a mech here, but you also had a character and I think a mech there. So if I would have moved there, I mean, he took care of that later, but if I would have moved there, you would have been like, oh, going for that guy, going to, you could have easily have done something about it before I was going to get there. No, wait, I'm misremembering it. He had a mech here at one point. Because he had a mech both here and here. And he had influence there, and influence there. Fuck.
Tunnel. So break that up and then Shupus.
Well, break that up, and then Shupus was what else? Keep in mind, I only had one other mech, and it was either here or here at the time.
Well, you didn't get any river walks.
Brian, this river walk is terrible when I don't have fucking wood in my starting area!
Right. So why cover it with a better blue?
Oh, I did! It was the this guy to other of that guy teleport. Guess what I did first? I got the speed mech because it was more efficient to start cleaning some shit up. But the problem is you started going influence everywhere, and I was like, oh boy, this is going to take 50 billion move actions to get past.
Yeah, that's how the character plays.
Like, I'm going to repeat this. Just keep repeating this, man. You can lock down a player. Yeah, he can move one unit in and then pick up a completely separate unit and move that unit in. But that is 2 of his either 2 or 3 move actions that goes bye-bye. Which there is other stuff to do on the map, always.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guy is really fucking annoying to fight. Like, I completely agree with you. If I was playing Green Boy instead of Vesna, I would actually be having an insanely better time with this guy. Fighting against this guy. Because at that point, speed doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm. And you're moving at a pace of 1 and then teleporting and man spreading while you do it.
Yep.
Ideally.
So, yeah. Yeah, you when it's a it's effectively a one-on-one game. AI doesn't count, right? When it's effectively a one-on-one game, you can lock a player down with that race. And Vesna's Riverwalk is so freaking awful. I was always looking for a teleport to replace it, and I didn't always get it. That being said, I still had fun the whole way through. Don't get me wrong, I'm still highly upset at the two agricultural games, but hey. All right, man. So we've now fully unlocked Fenris, and we can play it anytime. I'm curious, who gets the Mad Tesla, or who gets Tesla whenever we play with him as a modular role?
I think it's an automata.
So there's the Mad Tesla, but the Mad Tesla is something different.
Right, like it's not
Tesla.
an
Include
automata.
Tesla. Include Tesla if you want to encourage exploration. The first player to have 3 encounters completes the third encounter and then controls Tesla, placing him on the third encounter territory. Tesla can alternatively be assigned at the beginning of the game to any faction you consider to be the weaker faction than the other ones. In that case, he starts on that faction's home base. So between you and me, it just goes to the automata, but but that's assuming we're playing with that mode. Okay. What else?
It's almost 1 a.m. for me, so
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking, what else are we going to do next Wednesday? I mean, it's been a while since we played Descent.
yeah.
I can't say I'm in the mood for it, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if we're feeling any different next Wednesday,
Okay.
or if we can get randos to actually show up.
Mm. Well, I mean, we can check maybe the
All right, well, GG and G night.
yeah, GG and G night. I'll record an outro here. So thank everybody for watching. I know we had a little bit of a discussion after the game where there's not much happening, but Brian and I like to discuss these things. We do stream every Wednesday, usually our more long-term games, and we sometimes play a game on Friday, usually around 6 or 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, depending on when we have availability. If you wish to join in on board game nights, information will be in the doobly-doo. Other than that, I'll see you guys around. Bye.